If you're 65 or older, the IRS has a special tax form made just for you, and today we're going to walk through every important section of Form 1040 SR so you know exactly how to fill it out for 2026. Form 1040 SR was created by Congress specifically for taxpayers who are 65 or older by the end of the tax year. It contains the exact same lines as the regular 1040, but it's printed in larger text and it comes with a built-in standard deduction chart right on the back of the form, so you don't have to look it up separately. If you are 65 or older, you can use either form, but 1040 SR was designed to make things a bit easier for you. Now let's talk about the most important number for most seniors, the standard deduction. In 2026, the base standard deduction is $15,000 for single filers and $30,000 for married couples filing jointly. But here's the part many people miss: if you're 65 or older, you get an extra deduction on top of that. For single filers, it's an additional $1,600. For married couples, each spouse who is 65 or older adds $1,300 to the deduction. So a married couple where both spouses are 65 or older gets a total standard deduction of $32,300. Let's look at the form itself. At the very top, you fill in your name, social security number, filing status, and whether you or your spouse are 65 or older. There are checkboxes right at the top for this. The form uses those checkboxes to automatically pull your correct standard deduction amount from the chart on the back. Below that you'll enter your income. Line 1 covers wages and salaries if you still have any employment income. Line 4A and 4B are for IRA distributions. You enter the total in 4A and the taxable amount in 4B. Line 5A and 5B do the same for pensions and annuities. These are the lines most retirees will be filling in. Social Security income is reported on lines 6A and 6B. Line 6A is the total amount of Social Security benefits you received during the year. You can find this on your SSA 1099 form which the Social Security Administration mails to you every January. Line 6B is the taxable portion of that amount. Here's the key rule: not everyone pays tax on Social Security. It depends on your combined income, which the IRS calls provisional income. That's your adjusted gross income plus any tax-exempt interest, plus half of your Social Security benefits. This is where a lot of seniors are surprised, so pay close attention. If your provisional income, that's your other income plus half your Social Security, is between $25,000 and $34,000 for a single filer, then up to 50% of your Social Security becomes taxable. If it's above $34,000, up to 85% can be taxed. For married couples filing jointly, the thresholds are $32,000 and $44,000. The IRS worksheet in the Form 1040 SR instructions will calculate the exact taxable amount for you. Once you've entered all your income, you subtract your deductions. Most seniors will take the standard deduction shown in the chart on the back of the form. Just look up your filing status and age situation and use that number on line 12. If your itemized deductions, things like mortgage interest, charitable donations, and medical expenses over 7.5% of your income, are greater than the standard deduction, you can itemize instead using Schedule A. But for many retirees, the standard deduction is the simpler and often better choice. After calculating your tax on line 16, you subtract any credits you qualify for. One credit many seniors overlook is the credit for the elderly or disabled, which is found on Schedule R. You also subtract any federal income tax that was already withheld from your pension or IRA distributions. You can find those withholding amounts on your 1099-R forms. If your withholding and credits are more than what you owe, the difference is your refund. If they're less, you'll owe the balance. A quick note on Medicare: if you're enrolled in Medicare and you paid premiums out of pocket, those premiums can count as a medical expense if you decide to itemize using Schedule A. Medicare Part B premiums in 2026 are typically over $170 per month per person, so this can add up. However, this only helps you if your total itemized deductions exceed your standard deduction, which for many seniors they don't, given how generous the senior standard deduction already is. Before we wrap up, here's the bottom line: Form 1040 SR is a great option for seniors because it's easier to read and includes a helpful deduction chart right on the form. Make sure you check those age boxes at the top so you get your full senior standard deduction. Gather your SSA, 1099, your 1099-R forms, and any other income statements before you sit down to fill it out. And remember, even if most of your income is Social Security, you may still need to file depending on your total income level. If this walkthrough helped you feel more confident about your taxes, hit that like button and subscribe so you never miss a video from the Everyday Wealth Guide. We post practical tax and money tips every week designed to help you keep more of what you've earned.